a lion and a gazelle are running. It says the gazelle always wins because the lion is running for food, the gazelle is running for his life. Who guess what my answer is? Who can guess? Eh? Because the quote was one funny quote. In fact, it's an irritating quote. Because the quote is encouraging me to be a gazelle. And my answer is that I'm not sure I want to be a gazelle in this quote. Because it was a quote that glamorized that the gazelle runs faster than the lion. Because one is running for life, one is running for food. I say, I don't want to be a gazelle. I don't want to be the one they want to eat. Whether I then survive being eaten or not, I don't want to be the one they want to eat. Are we learning at all? So back to our investment. You must understand that when you're doing investment, particularly high-risk investment, you are likely to be the gazelle. Because, for example, what happened with CBES, that people lost billions. The people who don't want to pay me $18,000 paid CBES $1 billion. I'm talking of Association of Poor People now. The Association of Poor People who claimed they didn't have money contributed $1 billion for CBES. Okay? And then the same people are complaining about coaching that they can't afford. Now, you see, there was an opportunity for me to get revenge, and it was yesterday. Because we then have this group coaching that is $100, Abi? Yeah. Okay? As soon as, now, the ranting post that got them to be angry that we're advertising something for 18,000 got over 7,000 comments. Right? Just on my page alone. You know, everybody too did their own version and it went viral. On my page alone, comment here and there. When we then post the one they can afford, $100, comment reduced to 400 comments. What does that tell you? The problem was never about $18,000. People just wanted who to blame their frustration on. Right? Who to blame for their failure. Am I making sense at all? And yesterday morning, I had a choice to make myself the humble, Jesus that took away the sin of the world. Or I roar like a lion. And what did you guess I did? Yes, now. To pick up, I went here. What did I do? I roar. And the trend has died down. So it's a choice. It's a choice. If you want to do investment and keep losing money, it's a choice. So what we shared yesterday, when you do high-risk investment, I'm not saying Ponzi, high risk, pull out some of your profit. Okay? So that by the time the thing crash, you have what? You've made something good. We talked about physical asset. We said always put 1/3 of your money into what? Into physical asset. 1/3 of your money must be into assets you can touch, you can feel. Real estate, gold. Example. Give me more example. Hotels, right? Example, come on. Why are we so cold? Should we go back to where we used yesterday? Okay? Example of physical assets. Who can give me? Huh? I've mentioned property now. Under property, you have hotel, you have schools, you have physical. We talked about gold. We talked about diamonds, right? Huh? Theme park is still part of real estate. We also talk about bullets and guns. Okay? It is. It is. People are in the business of war. Why do you think there's war all over the world? It's a business. It's a business. A lot of people don't know that one of the most lucrative business in the world is military equipments, is all that, and it's physical. Physical assets are just things that are touchable, you can hold, they're tangible, and they are called physical assets. I have also said that I don't do those. I don't do guns and bullets because of my own faith and belief. I don't believe in war. I believe in peace. But I don't judge. Okay, people do their thing. But this is a class. I'm just teaching you an example of what physical assets. Then we talked about what knowledge assets, isn't it? Knowledge assets. And here we said this is the foundation of wealth. Knowledge assets. You are as rich as the quality of information at your disposal. You are as powerful as the quality of your information at your disposal. Your enemy either win or lose based on the quality of information you operate with. Does that make sense at all? Let me say that again. Your enemy either wins or loses based on the quality of information at your disposal. Your enemy has an edge over you based on the quality of information at your what? At your disposal. Haven't you seen people who have lost their life because they were scared of some mysterious witches and wizards? Haven't you? Okay? Without knowing that you are more powerful than witches and wizards. Way more powerful. Okay? Without even knowing that witches and wizards no longer operate now. They operate on social media. Right? Yeah, witchcraft is now on social media. It's no longer... No, it's digital now. It's no longer, say, I'm waiting for it. It's on social media. They are monitoring you. As you're in Doha now, some of you, your village people have seen you. I remember a friend of mine, went to school together, and we were in New York, and we reconciled. He's moved to New York. I wasn't living in the US that time. But each time I visit him, he would tell me I must not post his picture. Right? I say, why? He say, my village people. I don't want them to know I'm in New York. What's the distraction? You want to meet them. When the guests come, we'll get them more chairs. Now, they are late. Abi? At least they should stand for a while the chairs then come. They are late. Most people don't know that what I'm doing is intentional. I have rebranded Nigerian perception internationally than most presidents of Nigeria. Right? I've changed the perception of how Nigerians see us. Some of you were around yesterday, for example. A Palestinian was in the room, isn't it? Don't you think I gave him a better impression of Nigerians than he's ever thought? We started the event on time. There was no African time, and he saw it. We're very professional. He got value. There was dignity to how we treated everybody in the room. Right? I've marketed Nigeria more than most people have. And we need to know, you are not branding this country when you pull down another Nigerian. You're not. When you use social media to pull down another Nigerian, you've just told people Nigerians cannot be trusted. You cannot do business with Nigerians. Because I've asked the same question to, okay, will you go to Canada? Canada is the one. They told me, before I started touring Canada, that I needed to be careful with Canadians. They are in Canada, but they behave like Nigerians. Nigerians in Canada. I kid you not. But I didn't know it until I visited. It's just an association of they've come to cheat us. They come to cheat us. You need to be rich first before somebody will cheat you. Have the money first. Right? And I remember, and this is very important, when I got to Canada, I started asking the Indians in Canada, because, by the way, Indians and Chinese run Canada, not even the natives. They own the lands, they own real estate, they own everything in Canada. So I was asking them, I said, don't you people feel cheated as Indians? Is there nobody in your team? Because the way how most Indian entrepreneurs make money is through their temple, right? The Buddhist temple. The leadership, we say one of us has this business, if you want to invest. So one of my partners in the US has the... May you have rich friends. Come on, say the amen better. Because this man sold me a property in the US of over $3 million. And the day we were meeting for the first time on the property, he then told me, he said, oh, my house is not too far, Dr. Stephen. Will you like to, let's just take tea in my house. Now, one secret of rich people. I've moved to relational assets. One secret of rich people, once they say come to their house, you see, when somebody is bragging about his house, go. There's a house worth bragging about. Now, he wasn't bragging, he was humble about it. Oh, my house not far, let's take coffee. Me, I knew the signal. This man's house will be a wonder. And oh boy, by the time the gate opened, this was a museum, literally a water park. It was over 21 acres, one man living there. It has a water park, right? The guest visitors area can take almost 10-bedroom visitors. Huge. So after we ate, and very simple food, Indians can be very simple with their approach. He said that he has some other properties around that will I be interested in seeing? I said yes. The answer was just yes. Always say yes to the right things. Because some of us, our yes is to the what? Is the wrong things. And then, cut a long story short, in another 3 hours, this man, within just Houston area, showed me over $200 million worth of property that he owns. I then asked him, I said, how many investors helped you to raise this money? He said, we're just 70. All Indians. So I've asked people like him, how have you managed, are we learning here? People in your community who defraud you or betrayed you. Maybe you gather money and you gave this person, right? And then you didn't get value. They said, we will tell our people that we will no longer do business with him and look for another Indian that we will still do business with. What will Nigerians do? If you really feel somebody cheated you, the first place to go is the court of law, not social media. Court of law. So that you go and prove, are we together now, that the person what? Defrauded you. And when people defraud you, it is not criminal, it's civil. Except it's institutions that can do investigation. Like if it's a PLC company, say, oh, they diverted funds. Right? Are we learning here now? There's a man runs his own business, you did business, he didn't go the way you want, take him to court. When you can prove your case, the court will say pay him back, that the person who defrauded you pay back, and probably even put interest. If you really want result, where will you go? Come on, help me. Is it not the court? What will Nigerians do? Come on social media. Without any evidence. It's a fraud. It's a this. And what has that done? Today, we don't know who is fraud and who is not fraud. Right? We don't know who is real and who is what? Not real. Because we just mix everything together. And today, virtually every entrepreneur is a scammer in Nigeria now. Virtually, if you've not heard that word scammer, you've not started business. Right? You've not started business. But where am I going? Why are those things persistent? Relational assets. Are you aware rich people don't want anybody to even know they did business with you? I have had people who have cheated me $100,000, $300,000. Right? You will not see me post on social media. I know their name. They are still on social media. I take them to court. Okay? It's poor man that wants to prove that he has money that he doesn't have. Who knows what I'm talking about? Are we together? I saw something circulating online, and I saw somebody's name there. It was a man who bought a property from us in Asaba and said he wants refund. They've since paid him his money back last year. And there is an article going around. And guess how much is the money? 5 million. 5 million. He did not put that it's 5 million there. It's probably $18,000 too. We love sensationalism. Now, the greater impact of our sensationalism is what I'm saying. It's affecting all of you in this room. Because you come to Doha and somebody is already doubting you because you say, I'm a Nigerian. Without you doing it, just by saying where you come from. Who made them feel that way? Your fellow Nigerians. Because whether you like Nigeria or not, you are still a Nigerian. Whether you like Africa or not, you are still what? And you know the way God cheated us? He made our skin to point to where we are coming from. Does this make sense at all? If you were to be white, isn't it? Let's assume something is going up in Europe. You know, you can pretend to say, no, I'm American. You know, who knows what I'm talking about? I'm American, or I'm from North America, I'm from Canada. But you as African, your skin already betrays you. You are African. And some of us, even our tongues also. Right? So if you want to pretend that I'm African American, some of you can't twist your tongue that way. Relational what? Assets. You can never be richer than the quality of relationships you have. So many of you have attempted to start business. What has happened to your business? It crumbles. You know why? Your first set of customers are all poor. And today, they did business of 5,000 riyal with you, Abi? Tomorrow, they say they want their money back. How will you ever grow your business? How? So if you are serious about being wealthy, you must move up with your relationship. You must move up with your relationship. How many of you are, again, I don't know that you are at that point, but how many of you have grown in your life financially to a level that there were people who knew you when you were poor, who today want to drag you? I want to even remind people that when in school, you know no book, I'm a teacher. Who has had this experience? Right? Say, no book, I'm a teacher. Right? He doesn't know anything. But what has happened to you, if you check, you've moved up the ladder. Are we together now? You've what? Moved up the ladder. And I want to encourage you today, if you are really serious about wealth, invest in relationship assets. Invest in relationship assets. When I started my coaching program, one of the things I realized was the challenge of many of the entrepreneurs I was mentoring was that they were also not meeting wealthy entrepreneurs. My brother is laughing. Maybe you are one of those who don't like my 18K. But don't worry, you are here for free. So you can tell them. So I realized that many of the people, are we together, didn't have quality relationship to work with. Busayo is here. In our billionaire coaching program, she had been able to help another member who had land but didn't have money. Right? She's building a mall on his property now. They're making money together. Mohammed is here. Mohammed was able to help Busayo, right, with her HR challenges. Are we together now? And you are beginning to see what? Wealth already moving around what? The circle. Okay? But the issue is, and I have this question, I want someone to honestly answer me. I don't want you to answer me because we're in a training. Can two poor people help themselves? I need a very honest answer. Huh? Two poor people, yes. Okay, please tell me. They can help each other to bring down another person. Okay, they can help each other to bring down another person. Two poor people can help themselves. This became real for me, like I said, when my mother was sick and we needed money. And we did not even have whether relations or anybody who could give us money to take her to diagnose her. And that experience taught me that, look, you don't know how important money is, right? Until certain life-threatening issues happen that requires money. And you don't even have the money to do it. And you have people who really love you, but they just cannot help. It's like if they had the money, they would give it. But they just can't help. And it's at that point you now know the power of wealth. So I want you to write this down. If you care about poor people, become rich so you can help them. Can I say that again? If you what? Care about what? Poor people, become what? Rich so you can what? Help them. By the grace of God, I've paid tuition fee of over 5,000 children. I went to one of our estates one day, and here was I seeing this. Bukola, how old was it? 11 or 12? The boy that is in my scholarship. 13 that time. I saw this 13-year-old boy doing carpentry work in one of our sites. You know, and again, it's good to be very exposed. And I know something called child labor. So I said, who brought this child here? Why is he in our site? Then the person called and said, I'm his uncle. His father just died. The mother is my sister. They gave him to learn apprenticeship from me, right? We couldn't afford to send him to school. And I looked at the man, the uncle. I said, I want this boy to go home now, get a school now, and to whatever level he wants to get education, I am paying. I think you should clap at this point. So we took him to this school, bought him uniform, right? His first result, D's and E's, first time. Second time, started saying C's and D's. Third time, started saying B's and C's. Today, the last result, what did he have? All A, a few B's. Huh? He's in SS3 now, because she knows, because she's the one specifically, and yeah, you can clap. Now, can I do that being poor? Eh? An advice. Now, hear this. Please hear this. I'm not a politician, so I don't have government money to steal. I am not a contractor with government. I don't have government money to steal. Where do you think that money came from? Sometimes I ask question, do people think? Do people think? Right? If you can't afford 18,000, you can't afford it, but don't assume everybody can afford it. But part of those who have been able to afford it have put me in a position to channel some of that money to help. Are we together now? That's how it works. You have to make money somewhere to pay some bills. Money is not mythical. That's the problem of why people remain poor. Because money is mythical. They don't understand money is science. There has to be, how do we make the money? Where is the money coming from? What business are we doing? What are we trading? This is the reason why today somebody comes and starts doing charity. You don't say, where did the money come from? Everybody just say, he's a good man, he's a good man. Then tomorrow when they hear something negative, they say, oh, we've always thought of it, we've always known. That is not how this works, ladies and gentlemen. What is the source of the wealth? Are we learning here? What exactly is this person trading? And I want us to get to that point when we start asking those questions. Just don't be bamboozled by people claiming to be good. Where is the source? What are they doing? What business are they doing? Where is the money coming from? Where is the money going? We want legitimate businesses. But please build relationship with those who have such.